This is Module 3 discussion of chapter number 4, Nervous System. In our previous session, we had discussed eyes as sense organs, as sense organ. Now, through this interactive video session, we will try to understand the other 4 important different sense organs such as ears, nose, tongue, and skin. This is the last discussion of this chapter. This is the internal structure of ear. This is the internal structure of ear. We can divide the whole internal structure of ear into 3 structures, such as number 1, the outer or external ear, the middle ear part, and the inner ear. The subparts of the outer ear are such as pinna, ear lobe. This is the pinna. This is the ear lobe, and this is the canal, ear canal. These are the 3 parts of the outer or external ear structure. In the middle ear structure, we will see eardrum, this one. This is skin-like structure of middle ear structure. And finally, the inner or internal ear structure, this one. The sensory, the olfactory, the auditory nerves, that carries the sound to the brain. This is the part of the internal structure of ear. Now, what are the functions of ears? Mainly, ears help us to hear the sounds of environment or around us. They also help us to maintain our body balance. This is very important to know, that instead of helping in hearing the sounds of environment or the sound present around us, ears also play very important role in case of maintaining the balance of our body. Clear? Now, as I discussed, the structure of ear can be divided into 3 parts. Outer ear, this one, middle ear, and the internal ear or inner ear. Now, what are the functions of these 3 different parts of the ear? First one is the outer ear. These parts of outer ear will collect the sound waves, and this part pass these sound waves into the middle ear, or we can say to the eardrum. And after passing these sound waves to the middle ear, the eardrum, the part of the middle ear, the skinny-like structure, this part will help to amplify or help to amplify these sound waves, or we can say in another word, they will make these sound waves larger or greater. And finally, will be carried to the inner eye, will be carried to the inner ear. What is the meaning of amplify? Amplification is the way of making something larger, greater, or stronger. This is the meaning of amplify. And finally, in the inner ear, the sound that will be carried by the auditory nerves. This is the auditory nerve, clear, to the brain. This is the internal part of inner ear. This is how we can hear any sound with the help of our sensory organ ears. Now, how to care the ears? First instruction is we should not prick sharp objects in our ears because it may injure the eardrum or the skin-like structure of the middle ear. We should use earbuds while we are cleaning our ears. We should always avoid listening the loud music with plugged earphones. And we should also not let water enter our ears. Now, the another important sense organ is the nose, and through this nose we breathe and smell. And in the upper part of the nose there are two openings of nose. We can say these are the nostrils. What are the meaning of nostrils? They are mainly the external openings of our nose. They are the two external openings of our nose that admit air to the lungs and help in smelling. And in the upper part of the nostrils there are several nerve endings, and these nerve endings help to sense the smell, and these nerves are called or known as the olfactory nerves. Therefore, we can say olfactory nerves are those nerve endings which are present in the upper part of the nostrils and help to smell. Clear? And it is very interesting to know that due to cold, we generally are not able to smell anything because the nerve endings or the olfactory nerves are got blocked. And in the nose, the tiny hair inside act as a filter for dust particles. That means in the internal structure of the nose, tiny hair-like structure present, and they mainly act as filter for the dust particles. And the important function of this tiny hair is to prevent the dust particles from entering into the nose while we are breathing the air. Now, how to care the nose? We should blow our nose frequently to keep it clean. Number one. Second one is we should not put a sharp object in our nose. Number three is we should do some breathing exercises or aerobic exercises every day, and we should never dig our nose. Now, it is very important to know or good to know that dogs are the only animal in this earth that have a very, very strong sense of smell and hearing. and that's why dogs are used to find out any hidden things by police. Now the another sense organ is the tongue. This is the tongue, and through tongue we can smell 4 different types of taste due to the presence of taste buds. The 4 different types of taste buds present on the tongue are: number 1, sweet taste buds; bitter taste buds; sour taste bud; and last one is the salty taste bud. It is another sense organ, and mainly help us to taste the food, number 1, and it also helped in or to speak. And taste bud, what are they? These are the very tiny sensory structure of tasting the food present on the tongue. Once again I repeat, taste buds are the tiny sensory, mainly the tasting sensory structures present on the tongue, and these taste buds helps us to distinguish the different taste such as sweet, salty, sour, and the bitter, because as we know there are 4 different types of buds present on the tongue, and due to this we can easily differentiate among the different tastes. Now, how to care the tongue? We should always clean our tongue with the tongue cleaner while we are brushing the teeth. Now, the last sense organ of our body is the skin, and it is very important to know that the largest organ of our human body is the skin. The largest organ of our human body is skin, but liver is the largest gland. Liver is the largest gland. Liver is the LG, largest gland, but never said the largest organ. The largest organ of our human body is the skin. And skin has millions of nerve endings, and these nerve endings help us to feel hot, cold, pain, pressure, or touch, etc. This kind of sensations. And on the skin, on the surface of the skin, there are tiny pores which help the body to waste out the waste as sweat. Sweating is the process of coming out of the waste liquid from the body through the tiny pores of the surface of the skin. This is the main function of skin. That means it helps to excrete the waste liquid from our body in form of sweat. So sweating is the excretory function of the skin through its tiny pores, and these tiny pores are known as sweat glands. These tiny pores are known as sweat glands present on the surface of the skin. And another important function of the skin is it also protects us, or mainly the organs, internal organs, from the surroundings. Now, how to care the skin? We should take regularly bath with clean water and soap in order to remove the dirt from the body, and we should also wear the clean clothes and use antiseptic solution or cream or any liquid whenever there will be the case of cut or scratch on the surface of the skin. Now, it is very important to know that we know that brain and the sense organs, these are very vital. Clear? Now, we can easily make our effort to protect them from getting damaged. How? we can easily protect our brain and other sense organs. Question is how we can easily protect them. Number one is we should always wear the helmet while we are driving the bicycle or the motorcycle. We should always avoid the loud sounds of the music because they may damage or injure the eardrum of the ear. And we should also avoid the prolonged exposure to the sun because it may be harmful for the skin as well as for the eyes. And in that case, we should always wear the sunglasses while the sun is very bright. This is the last discussion of the chapter, and through this completion of this module 3, the chapter is fully completed. Now I would like to notify you one thing, that we have covered chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 4, chapter number 5, and chapter number 6. These 5 chapters are the chapters for your first term examination of your science, and we together have completed or covered the whole syllabus of the first term examination of your science subject. One advice is for you all that you should watch the video again and again. You should keep studying yourself, or you should keep revising yourself for your upcoming first terminal examination that may be scheduled on the month on any date of the month of April of 2021. Thanks for watching.